right now. Gotti, you're in Key Largo right now. What's your situation?
That's right, Ali. We were actually in Florida City. We came down to see what the US 1 looked like, South Dixie Highway. That's the only way in and out of Key Largo. That's the only way in and out of the Keys, really. And basically what happened was we found ourselves on the southbound lane. The southbound lanes were still open, but it looks like the northbound lanes have become completely impassable at this point. Debris has washed up on the roadway. So instead of turning our SUV around and exposing ourselves to that hurricane force wind, we looked at the map. This is where we're at right now. That blue spot is us, and you can see those winds are unrelenting. We could have hours of these types of winds. So we kept the SUV facing the hurricane force winds. We came into Key Largo. We saw this building here. It's a brick building. It's giving us a little bit of a break from the wind, but if you look over here, you can see just what it's doing. You've got trees that are coming down. We've heard some trees snapping. There's trees over here that are down. And then this gas station where we're at, this thing, you can see the roof rocking. So we have everything clear of that. If it falls, it's going to fall to the left, and we're going to be pretty far away from it. But basically what we saw on the US 1 is something that her emergency crews were hoping wouldn't happen. That, again, is a choke point. That is how emergency relief is going to come in and out of the Keys. Again, the southbound lane is open right now, which means that emergency crews can come back and forth on the southbound lane, but it's only protected by about a 3-foot barrier. If the water levels continue to rise, the storm surge continues to rise, that might be breached. That may become impassable as well, which is going to make this situation even more dire.
And of course, the officials that we were talking to from the Central Keys, places like Marathon, have evacuated. The officials and emergency responders have either gone west to Key West or north to Key Largo or Florida City or inland. So you're probably in a place where there are a number of responders staged and ready to go when and if they can move back.
Yeah, so we've talked to a few of them. Actually, we just talked to a captain with the Sheriff's Department. He was giving us an update on how they are. They're in Islamorada right now, and they say that the building that they're in, where most of the emergency crews are spending the night, is safe, it is secure. It's sprung a few leaks. There is water coming in, seeping in from some of the window seams and some of the roof. Wow, look at this. It's really kicking up right now. But he was saying that they are preparing 6, possibly 8 hours of this type of hurricane force winds, and that is going to bring down trees all over the place. So right now, a bad place to be is on the road where these trees can come down, the power lines can come down. So this is where we're going to hunker down for the next few hours at least until the worst of the storm passes. The good news is that we are still quite a ways away from the eye, and the eye is tracking northwest of us. So it's going to get further and further, but you can see, I mean, this is the conditions.
Gotti, let me ask you something.
Unfortunately, we've got this building.
Step out of the shot just enough that I can sort of see the edge of you, but I can see what's going on behind you, because I want to explain to our viewers who are rightfully very worried about the safety of our reporters that these are the things you know how to do. You happen to be in a spot where you've got a little bit of shelter, whereas all around you there's no shelter. There's things flying around, and that's what you have to be careful of. You have to know where the wind's coming from, and then you try and find something very solid that doesn't put you right in the line of it.
Exactly. So this building right here, it's a brick building. It's actually a gas station. So we've got this brick building right here. We're parked right here. Our SUV is here. And we, at this point, do not want to expose our SUV unnecessarily to these winds. This is a pretty secure SUV. We've actually built it. NBC built it specifically so we can cover these types of things. But we're going to park it right here. And this just out of precaution. Whoa. Did you see that?
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the debris flying, and that's why we're going to be protected right here. But let's take a look again. It's very fortunate that we're even able to talk, because if we were out there, I don't think you'd be able to hear us. But this
so just to be clear, Gotti, that debris flew from around that corner. That flew from around that corner that you're at. So you're behind that, and that's why you didn't get hit by that debris. So I don't know if you can see that. If your camera can show us that, but that came from right over at where we're looking.
Yeah. So it was right here a little bit earlier, and watch out. And then this is where it ended up, and it's probably going to get picked up, and it's probably going to get tossed again, because we're starting to see somewhat of a little bit of a vortex that this building is creating from the winds.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.